It's called parents raising themselves. No, what I mean is, I don't understand why. Why? Parents, why do you punish your children for situations that you put them in? For responding to situations that you put them in and made them respond to how they respond. Now, I come from Atlanta and Chicago, and I have to say, I have to agree with Simple the P, man, RP Simple, that Chicago has some of the worst mothers in the animal kingdom. I'm telling you. Now, what we have to understand, yes, the mothers are going to be offended from this, okay, whatever. But you have to look at the cities with with the highest crime rate, with the worst influence on the world, and you have to figure that their mothers aren't shit a lot of times. Not every time, a lot of times, right? Look at your favorite drill rappers. Now look at their moms. See if you can find them. You see what I'm saying? Um, but the thing about it is, we got mothers out here and fathers. That's why I said parents, not mothers. We got mothers and fathers out here. We got parents out here putting their children in a position where they have to live in dangerous neighborhoods or their home is stressed out so they can't perform well in school. You're beating them up and they get in fights at school, and then you beat them up for getting in a fight, and then they go back to school and get in another fight. They just don't tell you about it. Do you think that makes any sense? You create a stressful environment where school is really made for middle class, upper middle class white children to thrive, that have two parents at home, that have all three meals, and they get to eat at school, that might have a dog, a little brother, or they might have some siblings, but they don't have dysfunction in their home. That's who school is designed for. School is not designed for your chaotic child living in a chaotic environment and being able to sit down and stay still when he's thinking about food and having anxiety about going home because he doesn't know if the lights are going to be on or they're going to be evicted today. So you did that. You did all of this to this child, bro. And you expect him to be able to go to school and thrive. And then you beat him up for that or put him on timeout for that? Does that make any sense? Your child is fucked up because you made it so. You know what I'm saying? I met children that were the manifestation of the worst things that their parents had to offer to the world. And it's not necessarily their fault. Not all the time. I can say that when the world corrects them, but they still keep on doing that shit, even though their parents aren't saying anything, even though they see, damn, my mom is in this fucked up situation, maybe because she's rude, she's not organized mentally, she's not well put together. So maybe I shouldn't act like that. Because I see my mom's friends, they're all drug addicts and weirdos. Maybe I shouldn't act like this because I don't want my friends to be drug addicts and weirdos and still living with their fucking parents. So maybe I should not be like my parents. Now, the thing about it is, when you think about it like that, right? I didn't necessarily think like that because both of my parents are successful. I didn't say, you know what, maybe I should just get a job and go to college and grind and only do this on the weekends because my dad, I really only see him doing certain things on the weekends. And my mom, she has like two, three jobs. I don't see much of her. That was the thing with me. I didn't know really why I was fucking up in school because I'm just a brilliant, just beautiful minded person, bro. I just love my brain so much. There's some stuff in there I want to, move around. But other than that, I would say I was probably like somewhat of a genius, bro. Not to be, I do want to show some humility, but I'm just a smart guy, right? But at the end of the day, I was just having trouble in school. I became depressed at some point, and I made a post, I think on Facebook, where I said if your child is fucking up in school, they might be depressed because they might be depressed. because children that have it all together usually don't fuck up in school, bro. Usually, from what I can remember. Excuse me. I know that there are a lot of children. Most people live in poverty, and most people who live in poverty live in inner urban, communities, aka the hood, or at least, a violent part of the city. So at the end of the day, not every not every child that lives in the hood is a bad student just because their environment is chaotic and their household's fucked up. They understand how to deal with certain things because that's all they know. So at a certain point, they know how to refocus certain energies and get to it. And sometimes being in that type of environment makes you have to ultra focus, hyper focus, and understand that you don't want to be here. So let's get this done, so I can at least get some kind of scholarship in the future, so I can at least use my scholarship to not live in the hood for these 4 to 8 years, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? So that has a lot to do with it. Me being in the environment I grew up in, which is the suburbs, Sandy Springs, gang, I didn't really I didn't really have that push. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I did want to have the women. I did want to have a car and a house and all of that, but I didn't really value education in that form, as far as a formal education, until I got till it was too late pretty much. Because as I became rebellious, I understood, damn, I need to get my own shit. That's what my mom always used to say, like, bro, you act like this is your house. Like, there's rules, you gotta listen. If you wanna do what you wanna do, you gotta get your own house, nigga. Like, what the fuck? You can't just do what you wanna do. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you cannot set your child up for failure and then punish them for it. You know what I mean? I do understand that, like, kids get out of line. You cannot, like, what happened? How did the interview go? Man, fuck that shit. That nigga was in there fucking tripping and shit, bro. Like, nigga, did you say fucking and shit and call him bro? Yeah, mom, of course. I'm talking how you talk to my dad every day on the phone, asking him for child support. Okay, you can't get mad at this nigga because, number one, you haven't had a job in 3 years. Number two, that's how you speak. And number three, damn job. Okay? It's not always his. Okay, by 16, but some people don't know. A lot of people truly don't know. I didn't know how to properly wash my body until the second time I went to jail. One of the G's showed me. And I'm not even embarrassed to say that because I didn't even know how common that was. Because people were like, hey, bro, you loud, man. Which means you need to freshen up a bit. And I was like, all right, boom. I washed up, and he was like, bro, did you handled that? And I was like, yeah, I just washed up. And he was like, G, be real with me, bro. Do you know how to wash up properly? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, show me. And I showed him my arms and all of that. And he was like, that is not, I'm gonna show you how to wash up, bro. And he didn't laugh. He just was so understanding. Now, coming from an affluent area, I'd never really experienced that type of understanding outside of out of my own brothers. You know what I mean? That was just it. It made me feel a lot of love, but at the end of the day, it shouldn't be like that. Because, like I told my girl, bro, hold on, let me hit this cigarette. I'm getting all emotional and shit. You know what? Let me just light another one. Hold on, guys. Hold on. You know how I be. As I told my girls, me and my niggas, man, we pretty much, that's why we stuck together except for one nigga, because I don't know what's up with that nigga. He has mental health issues. But at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, bro, we pretty much raised each other. We took the little pieces of a dad that we had, and we put it all together, and we became each other's fathers, bro. That might sound weird to people, but nigga, that's how I put that shit in a song. My homeboys were my father figures. Like, that's all we really had, like, you know? So at the end of the day, if your child is out there wilding out and he's not around or she's not around proper instruction, that's your fault, bro. I'm not saying you should just let a kid do whatever because you're not shit. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying you have to be more understanding because this is a manifestation of your ill manners. This is a manifestation of you not being able to focus for real in your real life. This is a manifestation of your social skills being shitty and you attracting the wrong crowd. Because if you attracted the right crowd, you know you wouldn't be in this situation where you're watching me. You know what I'm saying? And relating to what I'm saying. So, am I saying you should just let your kids smoke weed and throw rocks at cars? And I mean, I'm pretty sure they haven't seen you throw rocks at cars, but I'm gonna do that with my son when he gets to that age, hopefully. But at the end of the day, you got to be more introspective and you have to be more self-aware when you think about where they got this from. I don't know the perfect strategy. I'm not the perfect. I haven't read about this. Nobody told me this, but I'm just looking like I'm gonna give you an example, bros. One example is in my family, it tends to repeat itself that there are teenage mothers. We got we got probably I don't want to give a number, probably 6 teenage mothers in my family and fathers, right? Probably more than that, like probably 10, or I don't know people's background or their history. And when I say teenage, I'm not talking 18 and 19. I'm talking can't even get a license yet. I'm talking never has even stepped foot in a high school yet because they had to raise their child. I'm talking about 12, 13, 14 getting pregnant. 14, 12 to 16 getting pregnant is what I'm talking about and my family. And I think only one person has broke that cycle. The rest, everybody else, when they had a kid at 16, their mother had a child at 16. When they had a kid at 13, their mother had them at 16. You know what I mean? My generation, none of my generation, people around my age were teen parents. And if that was my case, I couldn't get mad at my child for doing that because that's where they come from. It's not the same thing as being a gang member. I'm not talking about that. But that's a life or death situation. That's a whole different horse of a different color. But at the end of the day, basic stuff. Your child is doing this. It's called, you know what we call it in spirituality? We call it cause and effect. Your child is an asshole because you're an asshole and you just don't know it, or you're causing that child to be depressed and they're fucked up because of you. Okay? And it's nothing wrong. I mean, it's everything wrong with that because, this is our future. One of these motherfuckers are going to be the president one day. You know? You got to stop fuck. They're going to be old enough to, like, buy guns and stuff. So you got to start doing things a lot of different. So I'm just saying you got the information now. You doing all these weird things in the streets and socializing with people in front of them all weird. They're gonna think that's normal. If you bully your child to oblivion, they're either gonna be a bully or they're gonna get bullied and there's no way around it. If you feel like that's the proper way to parent, that's on you. Let's see what happens. I bet you there's a lot of stuff they do to other people and people do to them that you don't know about. And you want those things that you don't know about, the things that they don't tell you about every day, you want those things to be as pleasant as possible and common as possible. You don't want, Mom, I made a friend today. Like, weird ass nigga, that's not something, that should be something that's common for you. Why are you getting excited over making a friend? Do people think you're a lame at school? Oh, damn. It's probably because I bitch you out every day, huh? It's probably because I call your dad a bitch ass nigga and hang up on him, huh? Damn, it's probably because I said your daddy's not shit and I'm so glad that I can replace him and I can get dick anytime I want. Damn, I probably shouldn't have said that. My son's a lame now. Like, you know what I mean? No bueno, that's not good if you don't know Spanish. You know what I mean? So, all this, I made a friend today. I got an A. I like these things, certain things, you shouldn't even know about because it's so common. Like, bro, what the fuck? You made a friend. I would be disgusted if my son told me he made a friend. I'd be like, bro, you don't make friends all the time. That's such a rare occurrence that your mood is changed for the remainder of the day. And you felt like you had to tell me, get your lame ass out. That shit's gonna rub up on me, bro. Get your lame ass. I gotta make another one of these motherfuckers. Damn. You really cannot lame a motherfucker. I mean, that's what they called me, but I didn't never think I was lame. I think that's the key to not being lame. But at the end of the day, uh, hell yeah, just go ahead and do that, man. Soak up some of this knowledge I just gave you. If your feelings were hurt, hey, that's what it's supposed to do. If you don't relate, if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, then that's good. But if you know people like this, you know what you got to do, right? You got to share this video with them. I'm not your friend who sent this to you is not saying that you're a bad parent or that your kids are bad as hell, but you know that your kids are bad as hell. If you don't know, then ask all your friends. Hey, do you think Bro Derek is bad? Bro Derek, like bad in what way? I mean, he's a smart little, charming little guy. If they don't answer it, if they don't say you're Bo Derek, who Bo Derek? Lamarius Johnson? No, Bo Derek is a joy. Why would you? Who even told you to ask that? You've been watching Kevin Samuels again, ain't you? If they don't say that, your child is bad, man. If he's really smart and he's talented and he could sing and I could see him. No, if they don't say Bo Derek, no, he's not bad. You know, he's just a regular kid. He's just trying to express himself. If they say something like that, he's not bad. He just needs some guidance. He's bad. That's what that means, you bitch. He's not bad. He just needs some guidance. You should probably put him in a basketball school or something like that. Your child is a demon. Not even a regular demon, a archdemon, the king of demons, bro. Bro, this nigga rules over 75,000 legions in hell. Your child is bad. If they say he's not bad, he just anything, no, that means he's bad. That means you're a bad parent. See, I'm sorry. No, fuck it. That means you're a bad parent. That means you need some instructions, some guidance. You need to read some literature on the subject. Read some literature on the subject. You sure? Fuck it. Yes, I'm sure. That's from the International Players Anthem. Shout out to Andre 3K and the whole A. You know what I mean? But you didn't know. If you didn't know, now you know. If you really want to know if your child is bad, ask your best friend, ask his father or mother, ask one of his best friends, and ask his grandmother. Ask all three of those people. Who really is going to lie to you or tell you the truth? They're either going to just bold-face, just salt, lemon, pepper, hot sauce lie to you. The grandmother put the most beautiful ingredients on top of a beautiful lie, or they're gonna tell you, yeah, didn't you see I only spent $12 on him for his last birthday? That motherfucker is bad, bro. Why you think I only had $12 around that time? Because he stole from me. I didn't want to tell you because his birthday was coming up. But yeah, that's how his tooth fell out. I actually knocked it out. It didn't fall out. I knocked it out because I caught him in my purse 2 or 3 times. And I told him if he didn't tell you that I would give him the new PlayStation. I lied because he lied to me. And we just both kept it gangster. We didn't snitch out on each other. But yeah, that's what grandmas do, bro. But it is what it is. It's not what it's not, man. It's Aaron Moses. I'm the band, you the band. We the band together, man. Life is in the breath. Breathe it in. Peace.